Hey everyone, it's Dave. Welcome in. It's time to talk about module number 9. So we've made it through the halfway point of the course. We've finished the midterm exam. Spring break is just a couple of weeks away, so it's really an exciting time in school. This week we've got a really great lecture on art theft, looting, and repatriation. It is one of my favorite topics in art history and one of my areas of expertise. I am showing you a professional lecture I did several years ago on the subject. We also have a discussion board this week, and we also have a journal. Now, the journal requires you to go to the Begovich Gallery, which is on campus. I have a link there just so you can see the different days and times that it is open. It's open, I believe, Tuesdays through Saturdays, 11 to 4. And on this coming Friday, they will open up an hour earlier. So if you happen to be on campus on Fridays, they will be open at 10 a.m. on the 20th, just for my classes. And I'm going to go ahead and I'll tell you more about that when we get to the journal. So let's go ahead and head over to the Canvas site. I'm going to walk you through Module 9. Okay, here we are on the Canvas site, Module 9 this week. Up top, we have our usual suspects, the video you're watching, our action plan for the week, and a link to my office hours every Monday from 4 to 7 p.m. Underneath that, I've got the lecture on art theft, looting, and repatriation, our study guide, and then the further exploration section just has some videos on art theft, mostly art theft movies. We have everything from The Rape of Europa, which is more of a true documentary, more of a Hollywood film, The Monuments Men. The same with The Woman in Gold, and we'll be talking about this particular painting called The Portrait of Adela Bloch-Bauer in the lecture. A completely fictional movie, The Thomas Crown Affair, but hey, you've got James Bond as the lead character. And also a trailer from Netflix, which is about mostly replicating modern art, how to fake it. And this was a really fun documentary that you may want to check out. All right, after that, we've got our journal and our discussion board. Since the discussion board is on art theft, we're going to tackle that first. And what I would like you to do is I'd like you to find an article using an academic database on art theft. And so all you have to do is click over here in databases, but I'm going to show you how to get there from the main library's website, just in case you need to do this for another class sometime. So up top, we normally have the one search bar, and that's cool, right? So down underneath here, you have databases. Click on that, and that would also be this link right here. And databases are really important for you when you're writing academic papers. These are, generally speaking, currently published material, and it really adds a lot to your papers because, you know, a lot of the books and stuff are outdated. So what you're going to do, and what I recommend, okay, first of all, if you've used an academic database before, like Academic Search Premier or JSTOR or one of those, those are fine to use. For this particular project, though, I like to go down to the letter U, and US Newsstream is a perfect database for this. I click on that, I log in, and then it gives me kind of like a Google search. So I'm going to close that. And I'm just going to do a general search. You can just put in art theft if you want. For me, I'm particularly interested in World War II art theft. So whatever you're interested in, if you want to look at art theft and Picasso, for instance, that would be totally fine. What you're going to have come up is a list of relevant articles. Now, normally the search is not going to be on by any particular date. You can always sort by relevance in terms of that. But for me, I'm just interested in choosing a really interesting article. So I might choose to, scroll down and find something that really captures my interest. The one thing you do need to take care to be wary of. Anytime where it's a book review, don't use that, okay? It's weird because you're summarizing a summary, and we don't want to do that for this project. So this article here, The Nazis and Art Theft, and it talks about a professor talking about art and politics and all of that. We're going to go ahead and choose that just as our example. And you'll see the full text here, pretty decent sized article, just about 1,500 words. You want to use a minimum of 500 words on an article. The most I would probably choose is 2,500 because then the article's just too long after that. So this one's perfect. Again, it doesn't matter if it's current or older. This one's about 30 years old, but you can always sort if you want something closer to today's date. You're going to summarize the article. You're going to tell me the database you used. You're going to add a citation. The way you add a citation is this button over here, the close quote button. This one brings up APA as far as the citation. It's totally okay. Just copy and paste, and that's what you need to do. I specifically am looking for not only the citation, but also the link. And APA provides that for us. So that's generally the best one. But if you are ever in another class and they're all, no, you have to use MLA, well, that's cool. MLA is down here. If you need to use Turabian or Chicago style, that's present here as well. So this is really an amazing, cool function that databases offer. And so I've got my article. I'm creating a summary. And the summary is basically going to be 200 to 300 words. Remember that a summary is just that. I'm not looking for specific facts and figures. It's like you read the article and you're going to share with me what you read. In the second paragraph, you're going to write why you chose this particular article over all of the others. I already showed you how to add a citation, and then the database you used, and you also need to respond to one other student. So you get 5 points for everything. Total is 30 points for this project. The initial post needs to be done by the 22nd, response by the 29th. And of course, to start, all you got to do is click the reply button, and that'll come up with a text box. The last thing we need to do this week is the journal. The journal itself, these are going to be turned in now. Journal 7 through 12 are turned in week 16. The Begovich Gallery is on campus. It's in our new art center, and it's this art gallery right here on the corner. You can see the Nutwood parking structure off to the left, and TSU would be off here to the right, up a few buildings. So the Begovich Gallery has its own website. You can click there. Normally the gallery is open 11 to 4. On the 20th, it'll be open at 10 a.m. There's a couple exhibitions that are going on right now that you can check out, and also some other works. You do need to complete this worksheet. This is what you're going to turn in for your journal entry. So we'll take a look at that real quick. I'm just basically asking you to choose a work of art, letting me know when you visited, the title of the artwork, and so on. Describe it, interpret it, your opinion about it. Anything else about the gallery you want to add is totally cool. The only other thing I need is a picture of yourself at the gallery. So please make sure to take a picture of yourself there as well. And once again, that's all you have to do to complete journal entry number 7. You do have until May 2nd to complete this. It's mostly because these exhibitions are closing down for the year at that time. So you want to make sure to see them. All right, that is everything. I will be back shortly to tell you about module number 10, and then we'll be on spring break.